Right, evening guys. So now it's just a quick update on where we're at with this. What we've got in here is we've got krill, pure krill and pure bloodworm. So what we do with that now is we may add just a small touch of oil, a very slight touch of oil. And when I say a very slight touch, I mean very little bit. If it was summer, I would probably have added a little bit more than that, but and then we mix that in with that, and then Paul's black pop-ups go in there, and we give them a quick toss around it. They smell. So now we've got a lovely coating on there. We're not quite done yet. A little bit more to do on that yet. So his feed baits will also be getting the same, but I'm not sure whether to do it or just leave it for Paul to do actually that, because I suppose I could always give Paul a bit of krill, this powdered krill, and he could perhaps sort that himself, but the pop-ups I will definitely do it for him, because I want them to be at a point where they dry. When they're done, I want it to be dry for him. So it's just a small spoonful again. I'm just give him a dusting. Just very slight dusting. And then we just roll them around. We don't want them to be too covered, just a nice dusting on them. That's all we're looking for, is pretty much that. A little bit more. Ideal. Perfect. So now we've got that. We go there. And then tomorrow I've also ordered a load of this now, this powdered krill, because this year I think I'm going to be doing a hell of a lot of fishing with krill. You just know when something's going to be good bait wise, and I know that this is going to be the right bait. It's already had a few fish named already, so there's no reason why it shouldn't continue. Now they've got just a slight dusting. It's not going to affect the buoyancy in any way whatsoever because of the coke that's in there. But what it will do is it will help them just to dry out that little bit more. It'll pull some moisture from the bloodworm and krill. It will pull it. It will pull it back into the bait. So then what we do then is we just get them out back into the tub. I think it's roughly around that. In my pop-ups and wafters, there's around about 60 baits in each tub. Obviously depending on size that you want. It goes on weight as well. But I do like to try and get as many in there as I can. Now what you will find with these now is that they will sit. No difference with pop-up, they'll still sit the exact same as a pop-up sits. But as soon as you hit the lake bed, the coating, they smell mint. Right, so they're the coated blacks. Really, really nice then, to be honest with you. Let me see if I can find lid. What did I do with lid? What did I do with lid? To polish. So what we've got now is we've got a coated the coated blacks. That I've done for Paul, but they are now coated in krill. Now, I wanted to do them in this fashion because I think they're the most effective when they've got that dust in a krill on them. I really do like that dust in a krill. I think it makes a massive difference to them as well. It's a really nice extra little thing to them, and it's something that you don't see very often. Is baits done in that manner. Now it will only be in water for a few seconds, and that krill and bloodworm will start leaking off into the water, which is just more attraction, and it will be left with a black bait there. Now I would recommend that when you've actually get these, that you do leave the top off them for a little while, just to let a bit of air get to them. But there you go. That's the Bite to Black whale's breath. Lovely jubbly. They really do look nice. They look mint. They're going to be deadly. Now, other thing I wanted to mention as well while we're on these is I've been asked today about if I could do wafters for quite a lot of people have asked me today about wafters. Now, yeah, I can do wafters, and I'm going to start doing them, but I mainly roll wafters for myself. They're not something that I get asked to do a lot for people. Now, I don't know if that's because they don't fish with them regular or what, but I love fishing with wafters. I think they're a great bait, and it's not very often you'll see me putting a bottom bait out. It's got to have some elements of a lightness to any bait I put out, like an element of lightness. It's by doing that, I think you're halfway. Once you know you've got carp in front of me, I think you're pretty much halfway there to catching them. If you've got a bait that's light, it's the minute they suck it in, it's game over for them. So it's I'm really happy with how they've come out. So watch out for their the other stuff that's coming out very shortly with these. It's going to be mainly to do with wafters, like I've just said, but there's going to be a few shapes chucked in there as well. Like I did some about 2 years ago now, what I called cushions, and they was ooh, they really do smell. They smell beautiful. I've not smelled a krill bait smell as krill as what they do. They absolutely stink, and they're buoyant as hell as well. So there's no that glug is an heavy glug. It would sink most. If it didn't have coat dust in there and pop-up mix, then you'd be in serious trouble rolling them. They'd sink. But the thing is they're going nowhere, and it's I'm really happy with tubs as well. I think tubs look great now. I'm really happy with them. The only thing is, I wish, like I said earlier, I wish I'd have got like a little spot on the bottom there or somewhere, or even if it had been up on here somewhere where I could have put the name of it instead of having to do that. It's very amateurish, but there you go. What can I say? But there's like I said, it's roughly 60 baits in there, so you're talking pretty much with the buoyantness of them. You're talking pretty much there's if you're fishing an odd pit, there's pretty much a season's worth a fish in a couple of tubs of these. There's a season's worth of fish, but you will find that I thought the same with it. I rolled a couple of tubs of banoffee last year, and a couple of tubs of a bloody pineapple, which bloodworm and pineapple, which I did really well on. And it's after a couple of months, bloody pineapple had gone, and a tub of banoffee had gone as well. You know what I mean? It just depends where you fish. If you fish Langworth, then you're talking probably half a tub of them would be gone in a day, really. Unless with attraction that's on them, you get more. The bloodworm I was using at Langworth, we're getting 2 or 3 fish out of one pop up, so it is plenty of traction in there for them, and they're a lovely bait. Now the only thing I've got left to do with that is the hook baits, that is the actual bait that he's ordered his feed baits. Is I will be doing the exact same with them. But he's no need to. I know he wanted them black, and that's slightly give him a red tinge. But like I said, within a few seconds of him being out on late bed, all that krill and bloodworm will leak off them, and it will form a lovely. It's not much. It's a dusting just around the hook, hook. If you're fishing like a small pop tub rig, like a Ronnie or something like that, or you get a dusting just around the hook, and it makes a massive difference. It's natural smell that's in a pond already, and you've got them natural dustings all the way around from your feed baits as well. Now, once the bait's gone and you've still got that dusting on the lake bed where you're fishing, you will find fish still return over and over. I've seen it too many times now for it to be. Not for that dusting. It's not just because they look better like that. It's the whole point of that dusting is that dust, what's on them goes on the lake bed, it goes underneath little leaves, it goes underneath weed, it breaks, etc. And it's constantly kicking out smell, natural smell, bloodworm and also krill. So it's not just about them looking good to catch the carper. It's more I make baits to catch fish, not the angler. So they're gonna be really, really good, and I can't wait to see results. Now people are catching on them now, and the guys that are catching on them now is a lot of them are fishing their places either where they shouldn't be, or they don't want anyone to know how well they're doing on them places until they've done on there, which I respect 100%. So I don't say anything about it, because I know eventually I will get the photos of the fish and they're going to be special. But so far so good with these guys. I'm chuffed with them, and so is everyone that's bought them so far. So there yours, Paul, and your bait's done, guy. And I'll send you a message to the reason why I ain't said to you come and grab them yet, but you'll be able to come and grab them off me soon, and I'm going to get them wafters done for the rest of orders that I've got. I've got quite a few people wanting wafters off me now, to be honest with you, which it's and not from Sheffield as well. I've got quite a few wanting them now from all over the place, so it's just a case of getting them rolled up and getting them sent out there. It's funny as well. It's that people will buy up baits off me, but they'll fish over another company's bait like mainline sell, but they'll fish with one of my banoffee pop-ups on. Never understand that, mate. It's the banoffee baits that I do are as good as mainline. 100%, and I'll fish against anyone that says different. It's the high nutritional value. They're a great bait. They've got great pulling power. The buoyant, in my opinion, not in my opinion, I know they are more buoyant than the mainline ones, the pop-ups. The wafters are lovely. They're really nice bait, and they do smell stronger than the mainline ones, but that's because I've had so much success on baits that have smelled strong. So there's no reason why I've not done that. I have started rolling baits that have got less flavour in it. So if you get 2 kilo off me, a kilo may have less flavour in than the other kilo. The other kilo's got more flavour in it, which in my view, that's giving you baits it's kind of putting baits in that seem like some have been out in the lake longer than others to the carp. So and I'm 100% convinced that that's the reason that they're so effective. And you will find it that the majority of bites will come on the second night if you just use solely the strongest smelling baits. That's the reason that I've lowered the smell in some of them. Out of every 2 kilo, a kilo of them is done with less smelling. It's the whole reason for me doing it. What I learned over many years, that the bites come on second night, which told me that the flavours were too strong in them. Once I lowered flavours, then I started getting bites instantly, and I mean through the day. And they're sometimes up to fish. I only fished up to dinner time and had 2 fish out of a gravel pit that didn't really work. What's not known for doing fish through the day, it's known for doing fish through the nights. Nah, I only really did it I think I did 3 nights on there altogether, so it just shows you the thinking behind that, and it definitely works. So back to these, we've done you them, and now tomorrow it's just finish your updates off. Your glug's already done, and then that's you finished, dude. Right then, have a good one. See you later.